3月30号，著名导演斯皮尔伯格耗时3年拍摄完成的最新力作《头号玩家》同步登陆中美各大院线。本片根据同名科幻小说改编，将观众带入一个由 VR 技术主导、虚拟与现实交织、充斥着80、90年代流行文化符号的炫酷未来世界。影片上映之际，时光网在洛杉矶对史蒂文·斯皮尔伯格、泰尔·谢里丹、奥利维亚·库克、马克·里朗斯等主创进行了独家专访，跟他们聊聊拍摄本片的体会，以及影片背后所蕴含的思考。
Stephen, you have said that Ready Player One in your storied career was one of the most difficult films you made.
Yes.
Why?
Well, it was technically difficult because when you see the film, those sequences weren't easy to put on the screen, and in fact, this was a 3-year project from the time I first read the book and committed to direct the film to the time I finished the film was 3 years. And it was just a level of difficulty I had not really anticipated. There were technological difficulties and logistical difficulties in shooting a real-world movie and shooting another movie which takes place in a virtual world, where all these characters are acting through their avatars. And so they had to all be created, and we had to create an entire world. And I did this with the help of ILM and a wonderful production designer named Adam Stockhausen.
Well, it's the thing that we're all experiencing right now. But he's imagined where it's going to be in 40 years. Whereas Elon Musk says, the Tesla man says, if you look at the movement from the asteroids game to modern gaming, where are we going to be in 40 years? Probably the difference between real life and gaming life will be indiscernible. In the film, there is a clear difference, but probably. I would think the avatars will be even more real in 40 years than they are in this film. And they're pretty real. Well, no, they're not. They're fantastical. Maybe the internet will always be fantastical. But there'll be a variety of experiences, some violent, some not violent, some real, some not so real, as people's fancy takes them. It'll be led by the imagination. It's a really fascinating, it's one of these wonderful, I guess it's science fiction really, isn't it? But it's more like future fiction.
A whole virtual universe. People come to the Oasis for all the things they can do. But they stay because of all the things they can be.
Can you feel this?
Yeah. It's the only place that feels like I mean anything.
I mean, I think it echoes with, what's happening in the real world with the dangers of being reliant on technology. I think with the VR, I mean, I don't really know, how much that's evolving within society right now. I know that mobile phones is, huge. You'll go to dinner, see a whole family on their phones, not looking at each other. And I think it's just not losing touch of humanity and not losing touch with each other and yeah.
Well, we're handing our children a lot of problems that we've not really had the courage to deal with ourselves. There are many people who are trying to deal with these things, and maybe it's always that way, but they do have even our systems of governance aren't really functioning anymore, and so they have a lot of great challenges ahead for them, and they're going to need to have an escape, a place to escape and relax and have a fantasy, as well as doing the hard work that's going to be for them. But it seems very possible and credible, and the images of the real world, the stacks, and that doesn't seem very far away at all, if it isn't here already in some places.
The virtual reality stuff looks really cool, but I hope the real world stuff doesn't happen. I mean, right. That looked kind of bleak. But I think we got to make sure we always maintain balance with all these technological advancements. It's great and awesome, but I think we have to remember to appreciate the world in which we live as well.